travels. Everybody can hear me okay? All right, Tori's gonna have the microphone.
Don't you know that my voice is loud enough too?
Yeah.
Just in case you wanted me louder.
The problem is that the clients get quieter. Yes. Okay, so hello Tori, how are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
I'm so glad that you are here willing to do a live demo for our awesome participants. So Tori has selected EMD, and we have agreed to process a reaction to a post that you got. Do you want to just share with everybody just a little bit about that, just so they're kind of on board?
Without triggering anybody else, it was in relation to what happened yesterday evening, and I made a comment that was very vague, but speaking to the culture of our nation and the condition of human responses these days, that people were responding in a way in which they assumed I meant I was glad he got what he got, and that's not what the intent was.
Okay. All right, so, and then we also have our negative and positive beliefs identified, and we'll go into that when we get to the script. Perfect. Can you clarify for me your stop signal? Perfect. All right. I'm going to be reading a series of questions to remind us of the incident that we have chosen. And I'm going to take some baseline measurements. After that, I will begin the stimulation. I'll do the stimulation for approximately 10 seconds. During the stimulation, just allow yourself to notice the disturbance around the incident. After I stop the stimulation, I'll ask you to report your disturbance on this specific incident from 0 to 10. We'll keep checking in on the disturbance level between sets of stimulation and notice what is changing about it. If processing becomes too intense, please let me know and we can stop processing. If you finish the incident before we run out of time, we'll strengthen your positive belief. If we are still processing the incident and we are running out of time, I will ensure that we stop with enough time for grounding, and then we can talk about the experience and help you anticipate what to expect between sessions. How does that sound?
Great.
Okay, awesome. So just doing a timeout real quick. I'm now moving to phase 3. Okay, and here we go. So remember, you have your stop signal that you can use at any time. And we've decided to work on this issue on your social media. And so tell me what represents the worst part.
Comments my friends made to me.
Mm-hmm. And what would be a snapshot of the worst moment?
A particular statement from a friend.
Okay, so if you were to take your phone and take a picture, it would be a snapshot of that comment from
The
that
words,
friend.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm actually just going to draw that right here, and I'm just going to write comments. Okay, great. When you think of the snapshot of that comment, and the negative cognition we identified earlier was I'm a bad person. Does that still work for you?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to do a timeout here, teaching timeout. And so she's saying I'm a bad person, and I'm going to say, because I want to know if there's anything, if we could go any deeper, I'm going to say, when you think about being a bad person, what does that say about you? And so what would be your answer to that?
When we talked about it, that's really, for me, it's a moral statement, so it really is about a core bad, evil, bad person.
Mm-hmm. And so in other words, she wants to stick with what she has. And so I'm going to, of course, honor that. I'll say, great. Okay, so our negative cognition is I'm a bad person. Our positive cognition, when you think about that worst part of the incident, you think about that snapshot of that comment, the adaptive or preferred cognition that we identified is I'm a good person regardless. Does that fit?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. When you think of the snapshot that we've agreed on, how true do the words I am a good person regardless feel to you now on a scale of 1, totally false, to 7, totally true?
A 4.
Okay, I'm going to do a timeout right here. If I really wanted to get her activated, which I don't, I would say I would like for you to go internally and find the youngest part of you. and repeat the positive and ask that part, and that VOC will come down. But I'm not gonna do that to young Tori here, because we are doing a demo. Okay. When you think of our snapshot, our agreed upon snapshot, what negative emotions are you feeling now?
Anger, hurt,
Anger and hurt. Does that sound good?
yeah,
Okay. And on a scale from 0 to 10, 0 being no disturbance and 10 your highest disturbance, how disturbing is it now?
about an 8.
About an 8. Excellent. And we're going to skip body because we're doing EMD. And now I'm going to proceed to phase 4. Tori, how are my eye movements right here for you?
Good.
Excellent. Your eyes are following beautifully. And that breath in. Longer exhale out. Awesome. So I want you to bring up that snapshot that we agreed on, that worst part of the incident, and the words that I am a bad person. And I want you to now just follow the eye movements. Okay, great. And then a breath in. Longer exhale out. And now go back to your incident. 0 to 10. 0 not being not at all, 10 being distressing. What would you give it?
A 6.
Okay, go with that. Great, we're gonna take a breath in. Longer exhale out. When you think about that agreed upon snapshot, how disturbing is it now from 0 to 10?
A 7.
Okay, go with that. Okay, and we're going to take a breath in, longer exhale out. And when you go back to your snapshot, 0 to 10,
5.
go with that. Excellent, you're doing good. Okay, breath in, longer exhale out. You go back to your target, 0 to 10.
4.
Okay. When you go back to that agreed upon target and that snapshot, is there anything that's changing?
I'm not seeing the words as much. More his picture.
But the actual snapshot that we were focusing on,
Not really, it's difficult to,
it's difficult
Yeah.
to, okay, so if you were to rate from 0 to 10, how disturbing what's left of that is, what would it be?
like a 2, 3.
Okay, go with that. Awesome. Breath in, longer exhale out. When you go back to what's left of that visual, 0 to 10, 0 not at all, 10 being the most disturbing, what would you rate it?
A 1.
Do you think it could go lower?
Maybe.
Okay, go with that. Nice. Okay, breath in, exhale out. Now, when you go back to our agreed upon snapshot, 0 to 10, where would you rate it?
I think it's still lingering at a 1.
Okay, all right. And when we go back to the visual, is there anything else that's changed?
It's, I don't know how to describe this. So it's as if I can see the comment section, but not the words.
Okay.
Like, it's white, like
Mhm.
that white background, but I can't see the
Okay,
words.
let's just focus on that. You can't see the words, but you can see the white, and just honor the work we've done. One more set, go ahead, nice. Okay, with the final breath in, longer exhale out. And let's go back to that agreed upon snapshot. And 0 to 10, where would you say it is now?
0.
Okay, wonderful. So I'd like to link the visual, what's left of it, and the positive cognition of I'm a good person regardless. Does that still fit, or is there a better one?
I keep getting stuck on like despite.
Okay, despite.
Right.
Okay, that would be a great word. I'm a good person despite the comments.
Yeah.
Comment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I'll make sure I get your language. Okay. So now what I'd like for you to do is when you think of the incident of this comment on Facebook and your positive cognition, I am a good person despite this comment. How true does it feel now? 1 to 7, where 1 is completely false and 7 is completely true.
5.5. It's a little bit more.
Great. Follow my fingers. Let's go with that. Nice breath in. Longer exhale out. Once again, when you think of the incident with the comment and your positive cognition, I am a good person despite this particular comment. How true does it feel now from a 1 to 7?
6. A good solid 6.
Good. Go with that. Nice. Breath in. Exhale out. One more time. Let's go back to the visual, holding it with that positive belief of I'm a good person despite the comments. 1 to 7.
6.5.
Do you think it could go higher?
I'm not sure about that one.
That's fine. That's
I'm
fine.
not a perfectionist.
Room for growth.
Yeah.
Let's honor that 6.5. Here we go. Nice, 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 nice. Breath in. And longer breath out. Okay, now what I'd like you to do is think of a time in the future where the negative cognition could be triggered. So there's going to be a lot of posts on social media, and you're going to see all kinds of things. And so I want you to think of something that's similar. And so, what comes up for you?
Statement wise.
Whatever's coming up for you.
Holding firm. Like me not relinquishing my position.
Okay, so I want you to just envision, we're on our phones a lot, and there are going to be things that are coming up, and there's going to be a lot said about, what's going on. And so I want you to hold that with the positive cognition. I'm a good person despite what other people think or say. And I want you to just follow my fingers. Breath in. Exhale out. And when you hold that potential future with the positive belief, I'm a good person despite what other people say, 1 to 7, where 1 is not true at all and 7 is totally true, where would you say you would find yourself?
I'd say it's like a 6.75.
We're gonna go with that 6.75. Go with that. Excellent. Awesome, Tori. Breath in. Longer exhale out. I'd like for you to look around the room and tell me 3 things that you see that are the shape of a circle.
That light, circle, or cylinder. I see a lot of cylinder. The dots on there.
It can be a cylinder.
How about the whatever you call that on the phone there?
Okay, awesome. 3 things that are brown. Easy for you.
the rug, the molding, the curtains are brownish.
Excellent. All right. Do a light
Yeah.
shake out without throwing the microphone. Okay. Roll those shoulders back. Stretch out that neck with a breath in. Exhale out. Nice. You've done some excellent work today. What have you learned from this experience?
That just because I hold a perspective that people that I know don't agree with, that doesn't affect how I understand myself.
So a nice shift to internal locus of control. Yep.
Yeah.
Child part activated external locus of control this morning. Maybe she was a little tired. And now we're strengthening that internal. Beautiful. Processing may continue after session, and you may have thoughts, emotions, body sensations, or dreams related to it. And then anything else that you want to share with our group?
Trying to think what would be pertinent here. Oh, I guess like that whole idea of not getting to a 7, like I'm aware because I do this all the time, so I know why that is, but just to comment to that, I don't believe in absolute zeros and I don't believe in absolute 10s and things like that, because there is always room for growth. But also I know like this piece with this part like EMD, doing that, there's older stuff that's tied to, and that it's just not going to allow me to completely get rid of it, but it is very effective in me feeling very firm in my position right now.
And none of that stuff is relevant right now,
Right now.
with that snapshot. So, all right, let's give Terry